sort of when I was coming up in the law firm environment, I think every advice you gave was like seen as having to be just essentially perfect, basically. Like if you don't before you write an email, before you like, ever advise a client, if you haven't done like 5 to 10 hours of work checking into it, then you haven't done it right. And I'd say it took me probably like almost a decade to unlearn that, and to say like, sometimes like you can just, one, you can make mistakes, and like you have to own the mistakes. But I think if you own those mistakes, people understand. And two, I do have, at some point, you have the experience and you have the knowledge to be able to advise without doing like, hours and hours of work. And you should always do your research, and you should always do work. But this idea that everything that you say and everything you write down has to be absolutely perfect and unimpeachable, I think just, can paralyze people. And I think that kind of is the biggest thing. And I still like, obviously I do my best, and I really try and like not make huge mistakes, but I see that like not everything I say is unimpeachable. And like, yeah, like something I said might be wrong, and someone may come back to me and say, look, think about this differently, and then I'll learn from that and think about it differently. And I don't have to feel bad about not getting it completely right. So I think that particularly for women, I found it can be paralyzing. I think women have this like idea that they have to always be perfect at all times. And I think when you reinforce that with that kind of work environment, I think you can sort of, people won't take risks. They won't innovate, they won't like go past their point of comfort, which is like what you really need, I think, to move the needle.